What's up, guys? I'm going to break down the only three things you need to do right now in order to lose 15 to 30 plus pounds of stubborn fat in under 5 hours per week. Regardless if you have a crazy schedule, you're always stuck on the go, or feel like you don't have enough time to make it to the gym. And for some of you who are maybe new to my world or maybe don't know who I am just yet, my name is Tyler Jones. I'm a health and fitness coach, and I specialize with working with people in the world of sales and in sports. And for some of you who maybe haven't watched some of my past trainings and videos, I actually was a former sports sales executive for about a year in the NFL. And I'm sure you can relate to the long hours, busting out 60 plus hours a week, the low energy, the sleepless nights, maybe getting about 4 or 5 hours, and always just being in a place of stress and high anxiety trying to close a bunch of deals. And I get it because I was there. And I felt like I never had time for my health and fitness, and I always felt like I had to pick and choose my career or prioritize my mental and my physical health. And naturally, I chose my career because I wanted to be super great at making sales and make it in the world of sports. And within 4 months, I gained 30 plus pounds. I was super stressed out, had high levels of anxiety, developed binge eating, and I just felt like a shell of myself. I didn't recognize myself at all anymore, and I was just super unhappy, going from being a fit person who worked out 5 days per week, being a fitness coach at the time as well, to now just being overweight and not enjoying life. And, it wasn't until I ran into Jamal Adams, in December of 2019, leaving MetLife Stadium. And we had a quick chat. I told him I worked for his team. I worked at the New York Jets at the time. And I remember asking him for some advice, like what would he give to a 22-year-old kid trying to make it in the world? And he always said, focus on what you can control and not what you can't. And that stuck with me. And that was actually the day that I decided to make a change. And that's why I'm super excited to share with you guys the system that I created that helped me get back on track, lose that same 30 pounds that I had gained in the next 4 months from that time. And the same, game plan that I've been able to help my clients right now lose 15, 20, 30, even 30 plus pounds of stubborn fat and keep it off for good while working in the world of sales and sports. So if you want to lose 15 to 30 pounds of stubborn fat and keep it off for good, make sure to take some notes. I'm going to drop this doc in the description after this video. So if you want to hang on to it, just make sure to copy the link and save it somewhere where you won't forget it. Alrighty, guys. So this is the exact game plan. The only three things I ask of my clients for them to see the amazing results they do. So again, this is going to be super simple, and it will all take you under 5 hours per week. So these are the standards. These are the three things. Number one is to hit 3 metabolic weight training sessions per week. So the biggest mistake, real quick, that I see people make when it comes to trying to lose stubborn fat and it comes to exercise as a whole is they're doing too much cardio, go running 4 or 5 days a week. They're pretty much sitting down all day, so they're not actually getting active, not getting up and moving, taking the necessary steps. Or 3, they're doing a bunch of HIIT workouts, right? And at the end of the day, when it comes to, losing stubborn fat and keeping it off and getting that lean tone, physique that you want, at the end of the day, you got to lift weight. You got to build muscle in order to get that shape. And when you're doing a bunch of cardio, you're doing a bunch of, HIIT workouts, right? You're not really gaining muscle. And then when you end up losing the weight, you end up having, something they call kind of skinny fat, or you end up, losing a lot of definition. You're kind of just, you're just soft, right? And we don't want to be soft. We want to be, have tone, lean physique and be proud of what we got. So again, you want to hit 3 metabolic weight training sessions per week. And this sample routine that I have in this doc, it will only take you about 30 to 40 minutes max. So again, right then and there, you can clear an hour and a half and some change, and then you'll be done with all your workouts for the week and building muscle and seeing results, guys. So you want to make sure you hit the gym 3 days at least per week. And here you go. You can grab this routine. And if you're someone who's running super low on time, you can superset exercises, which is where you do 2 exercises back to back, and then taking a rest in between. And that way, even that 30 to 40 minutes can turn into 25 to 30 minutes, 25 minutes on the low end. So that's step number 1. Number 2 is 6 days of tracking nutrition, guys. So again, biggest mistakes I see, especially in the world of sales and sports, because a lot of people are former athletes, again, in that perfectionist all or nothing mentality. Either A, they're always trying to eat clean 24/7, which we know is not possible in the world of sales, being on the go and always grinding, right? Or 2, that they just try to, eyeball things. They try to just not track anything, just again, eat healthy, or just kind of go based off of how they feel, right? And at the end of the day, that's not going to help with stubborn fat loss, because at the end of the day, you would need to be in a calorie deficit in order to, shed fat, consistently on a week in and week out basis, right? So that's where, again, you maintain a 500 calorie deficit. I say 3 to 500, give or take. And you also want to eat foods that are high in protein. And also, guys, it's like, again, if you're not tracking your nutrition, which is 70 to 80% of the game, it's like when you're taking a GPS, you're trying to go to a destination without a GPS. Or if you're trying to go to a specific restaurant and you just pick, the general area, but you don't necessarily know where it is. Like, if you don't know exactly where you're going and where you're at, you really won't know, like, again, how the results are going to come, or exactly, like, anticipate the result that you want at the end of the day. So, again, tracking nutrition is like having a GPS. You want to make sure you know how much you're eating on a daily basis. You're eating the right amount of food for your body type and your proportion so you can hit your goals. And again, it's 70 to 80% of the game. So you want to eat foods that are high in protein, like chicken breast, protein shakes, protein bars. So that way you feel full throughout your day, and that way you're eating enough protein so you can keep the muscle you do have and continue to build more. And follow the 80-20 rule, right? And that's where you have 80% of the time you eat clean, healthy food. Again, you don't need to do it all the time. And then 20% of the time you have fun, live your life, go have your favorite foods. And the reason why this is, guys, because that is what sustainability is at the end of the day. If you want to look at your nutrition as, what can I do something for a lifetime, right? Or how can I make it a lifestyle? Not something I can do for the next 90 days, because again, 97% of people put on like the weight that they lost back on within the first 2 years of losing it. And that's also why 97% of people fail at health and fitness programs, is because they're following things that are not sustainable for them, right? So if you look at the 80-20 rule, if you have 3 meals a day, that's 21 for the week, 17 meals prepped food, out of that 21, and then 4 meals have fun. And if you want to accelerate your goals, you could do a 90-10 and do 19 meals prepped and healthy, and have 2 meals have fun. Obviously, you don't need to do the 1 cheat meal a week. And also, if you want to have fat loss, make it quicker, eat more fiber, helps with digestion, and increase your water intake, as well as eating foods high in satiety like fruit, lean protein, and veggies. And lastly, number 3, but the one thing that tails off the standard for each day is to drink a gallon of water a day. And again, the biggest mistake I see in the world of sales is people rely too much on caffeine because they, suck at getting sleep, or they're just grinding all day and they forget to, make sure they go to bed on time. And what that does is get you in a bad negative cycle of, again, relying on something for your natural energy. And over time, that naturally has, less and less effects. So now you need to rely on it more and more and more. So if you substitute, instead of 3 cups of coffee or 2 Monsters or whatever you're having for caffeine with water, now your body starts to actually have natural energy. You actually start to feel better. You're hydrated, and it actually helps your cognitive function, so you can actually succeed in, making your sales, feeling a lot better, and performing better at a high level. So again, you want to make sure you're getting a gallon of water per day. And if you can't do a gallon of water, at least do half of your body weight in ounces. And before I wrap this video up, guys, I do got a bonus standard. And again, this is super huge for all my clients, and that's getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. You got to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, because at the end of the day, if you want to build lean muscle, if you want to shed fat, if you need to get sleep, because that's where your body recovers, and that's where your body helps rebuild your muscle, and also you actually burn a good amount of calories while you're at rest. And again, if your body's always under constant stress because you're not getting sleep, then it can't do the other functions that it needs to do on a daily basis and perform better, which will halt or actually cause your results to go backwards, right? No matter if you're working out and doing everything you need to do with your nutrition, sleep is the cornerstone of a lot of success when it comes to health and fitness, guys. So feel free to read through the doc. There is a bunch of things things you can do with, managing your sleep better, like stretching, reading, getting blackout curtains, decrease screen time before going to bed. So make sure to check those out. And again, you could take some supplements that I have listed in here as well. But guys, at the end of the day, this is the simple standards, the simple protocol that will help you lose anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds of stubborn fat in under 5 hours per week. If you do the workouts, if you do the nutrition, and you do the water, if you calculate all that time up, it literally takes under 5 hours per week. And this is how my clients have been able to be successful in the world of sports sales, guys. So as always, if you ever have any questions, or you want coaching, or you want to explore that opportunity and maybe struggling with your results and you want some support, feel free to reach out to me. We can always hop on a free coaching call, take a deeper dive, and see if we'd be a fit to work together and help you get in crushing your goals. But as always, family, Hope this video was super helpful for you. Make sure to check out the other ones as well, and make sure to grab this document in the description below. Keep it in a nice spot. But anyways, I will talk to you soon. Have a good one. Peace.